part 2. So you'll probably notice that I cut off part 1, but this is something that I want to continue talking about, because my generation and my children's generations matter to me. I have a child who's a millennial. I have 2 children and 2 grandchildren who are Generation Z. But I'm Generation X. I ain't a boomer. Right? Oh, by the way, I turned the camera around so that I didn't have to hold it. Well, it's mainly because I didn't have to hold it, but also you get to see my new tattoo. Look at my lovely new tattoo. But yeah, it's mainly because I've got well bad banjo hands. By the way, if you want to know what this black thing up there says, it says small ball borb, and shades of grey. And then there's a red bit over the side that says what the fuck or EA bags. So just in case you want to, and yeah, you know, like, just in case you want to, like, ooh, what's your in the background? Is there anything interesting? There's not anything interesting in the forefront anyway. Shut your face, Carrie Ann. No, you've got a point. So basically, both of my sons, between them, well, Corey's one up actually, because Kian has said, okay, boomer to me 3 times, and Corey has said it to me 4 this evening, because apparently a boomer is just somebody who's like back in my day and all of this kind of fandango. That's the sort of epitome of what a boomer means, apparently. And no, bollocks, I'm Generation X, Generation Strange. And we have done nothing with that. We're the people who lived with, if you tolerate this, then your children will be next. And we didn't do a fuck about it. We didn't ever give a fuck. And nobody's still giving a fuck about us and our generation. Or our parents, the boomers, or the... Hold on a minute, what's the other one called? The traditionalists, that's the one, isn't it? Didn't even have to look that up. Go me. The traditionalists, which is apparently my mother and what have you, because they'd not thought up a name. This is, I swear, it started at Generation X. Maybe not. Maybe it started at boomers. Like, and I'm completely wrong. And it went boom, X, Y, Z, blah, blah, blah. What a strange letter to start it off at, X. But basically, we didn't listen to the lessons. And I have a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old. I have an 11-year-old and 7-year-old, granddaughters. And I've done fuck all. And I'm one of these people who was like, go ahead and talk shit about me and my generation. And that was when I was young, and now I've just become another disgruntled old person who's done fuck all to change anything. So can you really begrudge children for wanting to be the ones who save this? Because we've done absolutely knack all. And if you don't believe me, listen to My Generation by Limp Bizkit, because they point it out quite clearly. That, hold on a minute, what? It says I've got 10 minutes now. That's not right. Oh, fuck it, let's go for it. Now, this happens with every single generation. Every single generation has their chance ons. We've all got our System of a Downs and our Rage Against the Machines, and, you know, we all scream. We all want to scream. Every single one of us, every generation, every single one that's ever been has wanted to scream. Back in the 50s, you got your rock and roll fandango, and you got people with switchblade knives, old Corn Pop and his mates. Like, you know, like, people are like, yeah, fuck it, you know, let's do some damage. That has happened with every generation. I remember when I was young and there was the whole punk thing, and people used to meet on, if it's not Brighton Beach, I'm so sorry, but like, you get the Mods and the Rockers and everybody would have a big old scrap. Every generation wants to rebel, every single one, and this generation can't rebel. Our generation that we're built, I'm coming then. Do you want a cat? Yeah, you can have 4 if you want, I don't care. But every generation has this whole rebellion thing. There's knife crime in every generation. There would be guns, but, well, yeah, there was. I suppose in my mum's generation, you got the Craig twins and shit. You know, like, people have been violent forever. People have rebelled against the system forever. It's just that these days, the children that we've brought into this world, we have done that. We have made this world so that they don't have a choice. We have created this world for them by not rebelling, by not giving a shit, by going like, yeah, you know, you don't give a fuck about me and my generation, yeah, and then going into accounting. And going like, oh, yes, well, youth of today, like, we always used to hold doors open for each other, and it's like, then they walk through a door and they don't hold the door open for anybody else. They just moan. My generation, Generation X, Generation Strange, oh yes indeed, will literally moan at people for something that we do ourselves. And that's our level of change. That's what we've done to incite a riot. Some of us go on to protests and stuff like that. Anybody who's watched my videos way back when will know that I don't agree with that. It doesn't change a damn thing. All it does is provides a focal point, like for the media to see, to go, look at these people, they're bad. They want to start scraps in the streets. They're so evil. Quick, make water cannons. Water cannons. One of the many things that was brought in to control the populace since my generation came into the fore. And so now, I'm 100% behind any millennial who wants to say boomer. Any Gen Z kid who wants to say, okay, boomer. But I ain't no boomer, mate. I'm Generation X. And I'm sure that I'm not the only one. I cannot be the only one from my generation who wants to change this. So let's get together and let's do it for the millennials, for Generation Z, our kids that we're literally putting out into the world to be fucking ridiculed right now. That's what our children are going through. Yes, you've got, you know, like your little players and everything. Greta Thunberg, like, that's not what our kids are. Our kids aren't Greta Thunberg. That's one child from one country who does not behave like our children do. Because our children don't have that voice. It's going into a different thing, deciding why she got that voice, but that's not what this video is about. The video is about Generation X and the boomers literally failing these kids. So if they decide that they're going to pip up and they want to change the world, let's fucking let them. Because we have done a fucking shitty job of it so far.